Alright everyone, welcome back to my YouTube page. I am Justin Horniker, and today we're going to have a little bit of edition of Today in WOSO. WOSO you didn't? Today in WOSO. Yeah, we'll go with that. It's been a big day as far as women's soccer globally goes. We had the start of match day 6 for the Women's Champions League. We had San Diego Wave announcing their club Crest in colors. And we had Seattle, or should I say OL Reign, announcing their move back to Seattle from Tacoma to play in Lumens Field, which is where the Sounders and Seahawks played. You know the drill. So let's break all of those down. Let's start off with Women's Champions League action. We know now who half of the quarterfinal field will be coming in today. You know, we kind of knew pretty much everyone except for Arsenal and Hoffenheim. The results outside of Arsenal and Hoffenheim weren't how you would expect. Barcelona winning big, Olympic Lyon winning big, Bayern Munich winning big, and then you had Arsenal and Hoffenheim, who coming into today, Arsenal, as long as they won, tied, or lost by less than 6 goals, they would be going through to the next round. Pretty much a given, right? Except that Hoffenheim made it difficult, made it as close as they could possibly be, because Hoffenheim were definitely game today, while Arsenal were not. This was kind of the game I really paid attention to, because I knew that in the other games, results are going to look pretty obvious. But Hoffenheim, all the power to it. They came out, they took it to an Arsenal team that has been struggling lately. This was their 3rd loss in a row. A team without Tobin Heath having to be left in London for this match because she's been dealing with injuries, and a team that looked very sluggish. Despite having the bulk of the chances in the first half, Hoffenheim were very clinical on the counterattack, and they were just very clinical making their chances count. You kind of saw this in the first game, the first Hoffenheim-Arsenal game. It was very even, Hoffenheim pulling ahead in the first half, and then Arsenal... Actually, they didn't pull ahead. It was 0-0, right? And then Arsenal scoring 4 goals in the second half on the back of Tobin Heath, on the back of having a lot of sub impact that they didn't have the first half. A lot of the same in this. And that the first half, Arsenal looked very sluggish. And yeah, they did get their goal. However, it was something that, I don't know, the goal was great, but it kind of came against the run of play. And despite Arsenal's dominance early, it didn't quite transcend to the latter part of the first half. It was a very back and forth game at that point, and when they ended up giving this an own goal, but I definitely thought that it's hard to say because they both dove after the ball at the same time. Iabuchi was sliding in, and the Hoffenheim defender, Laura Weinwather, was sliding as well, and I guess the official ruling now is that Weintrachter ended up getting it. But anyway, so now it's 1-1 going into the half, and then in the span of 5 minutes, at the 55-minute mark, Hoffenheim took advantage of a very sluggish Arsenal side, an Arsenal team that came out in the second half just looking tired and with no energy. You had Chantal Hegel scoring twice, and Gia Corley scoring just 3 minutes after that. So Chantal Hegel scored at the 55th minute, 37th minute, and then Gia Corley scoring in the 60th minute. Unfortunately for Hoffenheim, that would be it. Arsenal took a timeout. They had a group meeting. They brought in some subs. And after that, it was pretty much... It didn't really feel like Arsenal were in trouble after that. Hoffenheim did still have a couple of good chances, and Arsenal actually had a good chance at the end that goalkeeper came up big to save. That being said, we now know 4 out of the 8 teams officially going into the Champions League quarterfinals, the final 8, and then of course we kind of know some of the other teams as far as the full table goes tomorrow. PSG are definitely in. Chelsea are pretty much in. The real big matchup looking at tomorrow's games are going to be, Wolfsburg play Servette and Juventus play Chelsea. Juventus are currently 2nd. Wolfsburg are currently 3rd. However, they are level on points. So a lot can happen in Group A tomorrow. Group B, we know PSG is in. We know Real Madrid are in. But it'll be interesting games no matter what. Moving on, away from Europe and moving back to the United States. We're hopping across the pond. Let's talk about San Diego Wave, shall we? That's a beautiful crest that they unveiled today. You have a lot of the San Diego loyal colors, which I enjoy. I like when teams, women teams and men's teams, have that kind of working togetherness that can kind of go back and forth. And when you're sharing facilities, it just works. Looking at this crest, it's maybe a little bit different than what you would expect from a soccer crest, in that there's no soccer ball, there's no SC, there's no FC. It's just clean. It says San Diego. You have the crest of the wave. I'll have this somewhere on screen. And then you have the setting sun behind this. It just screams San Diego, screams sunset. I love it. And the fact that this is what they're rolling out. They have Alex Morgan now. Who cares what the first year leads to? You saw this is probably going to be something similar to what happened to KC last year, in that they weren't very good until the second half of the season. I guess it all depends on how good Alex Morgan is next year. Kind of up in the air at this point. I'm sure she'll be great, but does she have that MVP level play left in her enough to bring San Diego to the playoffs? Probably not, but this is a great start. From going through the San Diego social medias and just from what I've seen on Twitter today, it looks like it's being well received, and that club is off to a great start. Finally, and today in WOSO, let's talk about Seattle. OL Reign are officially moving in 2022 to Lumens Field. Of course, that's where the Seattle Sounders play. It's a little bit bittersweet, right? Because on one hand, you're adding another turf field to the league and all the negatives that can bring as far as play goes. But what you add in a turf field, you're taking away from another baseball field. Folks, we are down 2 baseball fields next year. KC is moving to CMP until Children's Mercy Park, where Sporting plays, until their stadium is built the next year. And now OL Reign are moving out of Tacoma and back to Seattle. So, baseball parks, get out of here. We don't want you anymore. So, now we have to deal with what MLS has had to deal with a lot, and that finding ideal situations for where we want to play, while also, weighing the pros and cons of, can it be turf? And if it's turf, does that, rule out the stadium entirely? When you look at Lumens Field, that's a great place to watch a game. It's always rocking. When OL Reign played there in the past, it's been a great stadium for them. I think if you just take the atmosphere, you take, being in Seattle proper versus being out in Tacoma, I think it's a net win. The turf part does worry me, especially when you're at the NWSL level, where unlike MLS, you're talking about the best women's players in the world playing on turf. Not that it's okay in MLS, but it's definitely not okay in NWSL. However, as a short-term solution, this works perfectly. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you okay with OL Reign moving to a turf field? If it's Lumens Stadium, if it's, all of that atmosphere of that stadium comes with them. How do you like San Diego Wave FC's crest logo colors? I'm in love. I'm absolutely in love. And what do you think about the Champions League? Are you happy that Arsenal got through so that we get to see a little bit of Tobin Heath in the knockout stages? I am. All right, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. On to the games tomorrow, and we'll talk soon.